Hey guys, I'm Matt Gilman, and I just want to take a minute here and share with you a little bit of the heart behind the song, City in the Sky. This song was actually written from a very personal place for me. I remember when we went to a writing retreat up in the mountains about a year ago, and I shared an encounter that I had with Jesus with the entire group. And I just want to share a little bit of that with you right now. But I remember it was in 2004. I was in Kansas City. I was part of the International House of Prayer. I spent 10 years there. It was an amazing season of my life. So January 2004, I had this encounter with the Lord where I'm laying in my living room with my eyes closed, and I opened my eyes, and standing at the foot of my couch in my living room in Kansas City was Jesus. And at first I was terrified. I was like, who is this guy? What's he doing in my house? And then I realized who it was. And this peace came over my body. And I just remember seeing his eyes and his smile, and he was just so happy to be there with me. And I could take an hour to tell you the whole thing, but I only have a couple minutes. But I remember he put his hands over my eyes, and all of a sudden we were no longer in my living room, but we were flying over this massive city. And it was such a beautiful city. I knew we were in heaven. I knew that we were in what we would call the New Jerusalem, as described in Revelation 21. I remember seeing these beautiful buildings. I remember seeing the streets of gold weave between the buildings like golden threads. I remember there was a musical sound that was just emanating from the city. There were rainbows and colors and sounds and lights everywhere. And it was so beautiful. But I remember about halfway through this encounter, I remember, because the Lord had his arms around me, he was holding me like this, and I remember looking down and seeing his arms. And I remember seeing his skin, and I remember seeing the hair on his arms and his fingernails. And it struck me in my heart. I said, oh Lord, Jesus, you're a human. You're a man. And I was just struck with his humanity, and that because he's human, he's not omnipresent, and he chose that moment to be with me and to show me what he was showing me. And I was just so overwhelmed by his affection and his love for me, even more than the beauty of the city that I was looking at. I was so taken by the love and the affection that I felt from his heart for me, that he desired me and chose to be with me in that moment. And I just want to say, and this is in the song too, I love this line in the song. It says, the beauty there is beyond compare, but it's nothing without him. The New Jerusalem is a beautiful place. But if Jesus isn't there, what's the point? I want to be there with Jesus. I want to see him face to face. I want to worship him face to face and watch him receive my worship. The heart behind the song City in the Sky is really to invite us into a hope that we do have an eternal dwelling place in heaven with Jesus forever, but also to invite you into the love and the affection and the knowledge of his emotions that he has towards you. He says that the thoughts that he has towards you outnumber the sands of the sea. His desire is for you. His delight is in you. And more than the beauty of a place that we get to live in forever, you are loved with an everlasting love. And there is nothing, neither height, nor depth, no angel, no demon, no power, no principality, anything in all creation, nothing can separate you from the eternal love of Jesus and his Father for you. And so the heart behind this song is to invite you in to that encounter of his love and of the hope and the promise that we have in the eternal dwelling place called the New Jerusalem. And so I really hope you enjoy it and are touched by the lyrics and the melodies of the song.